Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at my recent pickups from a bunch of places over this weekend. So I did go out to Buffalo to go see my girlfriend, and I stopped by That 80s Toy Shop, managed to pick up a couple of Elites, and then I also stopped by Toy Fest number 7 at the New York State Fairgrounds in Syracuse, New York. I met one of my good friends there, Sean, and I was able to get some really cool Elites there as well, along with an AEW figure. And then I got some stuff through the mail from Ringside, but in today's really quick video, we're going to be going over all of that. So I guess we'll get the biggest stuff aside. From Ringside, I did finally get boxes for the signed figures that I got from, well, I think maybe it was like 2-3 weeks ago, but Collector's Con and a couple other places. But I do have this signed Tiffany Stratton right here. And I was actually thinking about it today. I bought this signed Elite from AAN Collect in Washington Mills, but I bought it right before the whole Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton thing. So I'm very glad that I invested in this. I'm not a huge Tiffany Stratton fan. I mean, I got people that are in line in front of her, but this is something that I want to keep. It's not like to Navigate or anything like that, and hopefully this will retain value and I can sell this sometime in the future because I don't know. Hopefully she'll be like the next Trish Stratus or I guess the next Charlotte. You guys know what I mean, but I see her going places, so I'm hoping this will kind of do me the favor in the future. And then next up here, we did get one for my signed Lita, which is awesome. I love that. Fun little fact, the normal Elites and the Monday Night Wars figures are actually the same shape of box. So if you are looking to get the protectors, you can just buy the normal Elite ones and it'll fit the Monday Night Wars Elites. And then finally here, we do have the signed Billy Gunn AEW Chase, so we have that protected now as well. I don't know what it is. They're fairly cheap. They're like $5 a pop for the protectors, and I really think it is a good investment for mitten box or signed figures. It really keeps them protected, especially me, when my whole collection is in boxes and stuff and packed up behind all this, and there's a lot of pressure on top of things. I want to make sure that there's at least bubble wrap or some kind of plastic protection to keep my items safe. But, whew, my nose is stuffed up today, so I'm trying to talk and breathe through my mouth and do all that. But let's get to these Elites, and then we can wrap up the video. So really quickly, just to get them out of the way, I did end up getting from Sean. Does he have a business? He does. He has an eBay, but I'm forgetting the name. It's like Ixola's Closet or something like that on eBay. I really should get to know that so I can shout him out. But from him, I did get this Chris Jericho. He originally had these Lionheart pants on him. This was the one that I got. But I kind of wanted to update my current Chris Jericho. I was watching Dynamite the other week, and I noticed he was still kind of doing some of his like Lionheart poses. So I figured if I saw this figure loose, I would grab it and throw the legs on there, throw the little vest on him. And this is really nice. This is the original, or the body and the head, I should say, are from that like, what is it, AEW dress-up pack or whatever it is, Chris Jericho, the accessories pack, that's what it is. And that's my favorite Chris Jericho ever from AEW. I think the head sculpt is perfect with the screaming, the body's perfect, the proportions were great. The legs, I feel like, are a little thick on this one as opposed to those black legs right there. But overall, I think it works pretty well, and I'm glad to have an AEW, or an updated AEW Chris Jericho in my collection. Next up here, and I'm not going to get super into it because I was actually thinking about kind of making a whole video talking about this whole dilemma that I have. But up here, I have the Elite Legends Jimmy Snuka, or Snuka, whatever the heck. I watch a DPW too much, or Deadlock, the podcast, too much. I keep wanting to say Snuka, if you guys catch that reference. He does come with this nice stand here, and it is a really cool looking figure. Never had seen him in the wild. I grabbed this from That 80s Toy Shop for about $40, and I feel like this is kind of a rare Elite one you really don't see too often out in the wild, loose or in box. So I wanted to pick it up, but the dilemma that I'm referencing is this idea with my collection that I really try not to buy figures of people that I guess just are immoral in some sense, and at least in my opinion, I'm not really going to get super into it. People like Vince McMahon, people like Chris Benoit, people like Hulk Hogan. Recently, I learned some stuff about Stone Cold that really kind of is, making me shake my boots a little bit about his figures and stuff, but I don't know what it is. I have a very unique compass, and again, I don't want to get super into this, but I have a very unique moral compass, and I don't know, there's something about it. Like Shawn Michaels here, for example. I didn't buy Shawn Michaels figures for the longest time because I'd heard all these stories about how big of an asshole he was. Even CM Punk for a while, I heard stories about how big of an asshole he was, and then I kind of researched it, kind of got to know it, understood some stuff about CM Punk, understood some stuff about Shawn Michaels, and I kind of, I guess in a sense, forgave them, and it's really stupid to think about it in the sense of figures, but again, it's just this dilemma that I have. And the reason why I had with Jimmy Snuka is because I forget what story it was, but he like beat or like killed his girlfriend or wife or something like that. I completely forgot, but I know that he did something that was not good at all. And I don't know what it is. I got to look into it again, but I don't know. That's why I kind of bought this figure on an impulse. I was thinking to myself, well, I'm misremembering what this incident with him was. I'm here, I'm going to grab it, we'll see. He's not a figure that I'm going to display out here or anything. I'll probably just keep him in the bin, and hopefully we'll sell him one day. But I'm sorry to belabor that topic. It will be a video in the future because I am curious if anybody else has things like that with their collection. But let's set him down, take a breath, and move on to the rest of the figures that we have here. That one is really cool, though. I will say that. But again, from that 80s toy shop, before they even put it on the shelf, I was actually able to get this NXT, what was it, the Fan Takeover? Or the NXT Takeover, or Fan Central, Daniel Bryan from like his like early WWE Ring of Honor kind of days. And I love this jacket, the American Dragon jacket. This is just incredible. I love the gear there. I know they have made an AEW version of this that is updated, but again, I just love Elites. I just love how Elites look. Love how they feel, and this one was great. Got it for $20, which I thought was a great deal. And I don't know why I'm putting them over there. But next up here, and finally, we do have some of the early renditions. They're not from like the same series, but some of the earlier renditions of the DX Shawn Michaels and Triple H. So this one I was looking it up today. This is the Elite number 7 Triple H, and I got this from my guy Sean at Toy Fest. Still has the shirt and the hat, which I thought was great. One of the reasons I bought it. But this was super cool. For some reason, I saw this at Collector's Con a couple weeks ago, and then it was still there this weekend, so I decided to grab it. I got it for $35, which I thought was a decent deal. But I don't know, I've just been kind of like on this DX kick recently, especially with their figures. You have that new Shawn Michaels DX Ultimate that's coming out this year, so I got to get the Triple H, actually. But I don't know, I thought this was cool, and the having the shirt in such good condition really is a draw for these older Elites. And then here's the Shawn Michaels right here, again with that DX-styled gear going on. He also came with the hat, which was a huge draw as well. The only thing is, excuse me, I just ate dinner, so I'm burping a little bit, and I just talk so much. The hat, I can't get it down all the way when it's on the ponytail, and when I take it off the ponytail and put it on, it dips down too much forward. So there's a little bit of a dilemma there, but overall, I'm really a huge fan, very, very thankful that I was able to get both of these guys from my friend Sean at Toy Fest number 7. See, I'm mushing over my words now. But these two guys are probably my highlights of the collection. I'm still looking to get the upgraded versions, the From the Vault versions, the Ultimate versions, but this is a good start, and hopefully I can get the complete evolution of them. But that is going to be it. Guys, I'm really sorry. I said this was going to be a quick video, and it turned into a monster of one, nearly 10 minutes long, but I will leave it there. My pickups this weekend from Buffalo, New York, Syracuse, New York, and Ringside Collectibles. So I will leave it there, folks. As always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.